The cards that I've pulled are the Two of Swords, Nine of Cups, and your Major Arcana, the Lover's card so far. What a beautiful image here. But it does tell me that the period of entering August and the beginning of August seemed like you just conforming to the easy way out and not wanting to address a topic that has been bothering you. At least you would like to know a little bit more about it, but at the moment you're experiencing a block. You could be purposefully not looking at the root of this issue or the issue that it's kind of manifesting as externally, but something that's within yourself, I think. Something is bothering you and you don't know how to approach it. So you're in a Two of Swords period of indecision as you enter the month of August. Now, there has been something that's been very fulfilling, blossoming for you in August, though. Maybe it is a new connection, or there has been a deepening within a romantic connection of yours that exists already, or an important union like a best friendship or a partnership. You are feeling like a sense of happiness around somebody, walking on air. I feel like this is a beautiful version of the Lover's card, which is associated with you, Gemini, the minor, or as the Major Arcana. I will get back to what that could mean alternatively. I know this may not apply to everybody, but some sort of a romance or something that makes you feel very happy or walking on air is coming through for you, Gemini. But Gemini also represents choice, that energy, and with the Two of Swords showing up, it tells me that you are feeling stuck on a decision, and it seems like you're just saying like, okay, you win, or I'm not going to say anything, even though it's something that could be troubling you. You know what would make you happy, and I think you just have to focus there. What you want, or what you're striving for, you already have that existing within you or in relationships around you. So sure, there's this maybe one person you can't seem to get to connect with you right now for whatever reason. What about the people who do? They seem to overwhelm and outnumber. So there is kind of like this indication that in August you're really connecting and finding your soul tribe with people. If the issue is coming up with a Sagittarius, Ten of Wands and Temperance at the bottom of the deck, it is confusing, and there is an element of understanding missing here. This Ten of Wands is kind of like not being able to sort of see the forest for the trees, or it's just in a very dense place right now. So that makes me think of like going through a woods here for whatever reason. But the Temperance card is also about, that's the sign of Sagittarius, which is your opposite sign. So there's a kind of like broader vision at the moment that you're seeking, okay? And there is something that could be understood, because this is confusing, whether or not it's with a Sagittarius, but whatever you're dealing with is confusing, and feels kind of messy or sensitive. The Seven of Swords and the Son of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Father of Wands. And that just tells me that okay, something's still in Leo season. So the Sun moves out of Leo around the 22nd, 23rd of August and moves into Virgo, which is the sign associated with the Knight of Pentacles, or Son of Pentacles, or Knight of Pentacles, mutable earth. So my way of thinking would be something is still in motion, or something is still happening for you before that date. It could be something that you've planned, you've carefully thought this through. You have a sort of something to still reveal, and you're keeping that under wraps. It seems like it's thought through in a very step-by-step, logical and smart way at this time, Gemini. But overall, yeah, it seems that there's still some sort of, okay, the daughter and mother of swords underneath this Father of Wands. Getting a lot of people here, so this could be a family situation, or it could be something to do with like your roommates or people that you live with, your domestic life, children, or it could be like something to do with your colleagues and different power dynamics at work or school. If that's the case, it seems like messages or clarity around that situation are still to come by around the 23rd of August. Okay, so let's keep going, and we're breaking into a new storyline here with the Nine of Cups and the Lovers card for you. And I think that ever since around the 11th, 12th of August, around the full moon in Aquarius, you probably have been seeing, well, since that, what am I going to continue wanting to work with, and what am I kind of ready to move on from to something that is a little more liberating or fun and connected with others. The Two of Wands and the Fool card, that's great energy around taking a chance on new beginnings, a fresh start, a clean slate, and like very optimistic energy here. It's like really brightening up since perhaps what you've been moving through prior to around the 11th of August. That full moon was in Aquarius on the 11th of August and conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. And this card at the bottom of the deck, the Father of Swords, is ruled or associated with Aquarius too. So I think that before that date, it was a little more kind of like pensive or like unsure. There could have been hesitation, there could have even been bleakness, there could have even been a level of some sort of deception. Now it seems like you're in a place, and over the last week or so, where you just want to move on to the next thing and see where that takes you. And you know what, I say August, but whenever you see this video, just take what resonates when it does. I really find that that's the best way to watch any of these kind of readings on YouTube, like when you're seeing it, and if it resonates, that's when you're meant to be seeing it as such. Okay, so let's look into the new opportunities presenting in August, or whenever you're watching. The Three of Swords and the Four of Swords. Okay, so what will you be kind of up against there? I suppose what you may feel deep down is that what you're deciding on at the moment, the reason there might be hesitation or still strategizing or planning around it for you, maybe it's now just finally out of that phase and you're kind of ready to take flight with this, and kind of turn these Two of Swords into this Two of Wands, like more of a go-getter, and you kind of determining your choices rather than I guess that we've got the 2, 3, and 4 of Swords here. The lesson to be learned is here, like sometimes we overthink things, or we refuse to face the truth about something, and it just holds us back, because eventually like that denial will lead to 3 of Swords, where, well, somehow this 4 of Swords has to break through this energy of enlightenment that comes, but often that comes from the realization of more painful truths. So it seems like you are really very eager to take the chance on something that makes you happy. And in the meantime, maybe you are kind of reaching awareness of your putting limits on yourself and your own abilities, and you're breaking through from that. Okay, let's look at the Lovers card and see how that's coming through. We do have 9 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's Mars in Gemini, and Mars will be entering Gemini in about a week's time from now. So that's where Mars will stay actually until March 2023. So that will be Mars's retrograde period in Gemini for that time. Usually Mars zips through a sign in like 6 weeks on average, so to be there from now August until March of 2023, we're going to be noticing a lot of focus in the Gemini area of our birth chart. That's where Mars will be transiting. Let's look at what lies ahead in August, going into September, whenever is coming, when this is relevant to you. Over the next couple of weeks, the Lovers card with the 5 of Swords and the Father of Pentacles. There's a little bit of self-love coming to me now as well. So perhaps this is relevant to people that are cutting ties with cutting ties with financial limitations, or kind of being in a position to make choices for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles are very they're on their way up in terms of like financial or security, or having enough resources or teammates or something like that. You've really acquired a lot by the end of the month in terms of what you need to make choices for yourself that are liberating. You may be coming up to realize that sometimes there was limitations around what you believed you could do, and what you maybe held yourself back from based on like your feeling of security in the world, or duty or obligation to provide or to just sustain yourself. It is interesting that we got the 2, 3, 4 and 5 of Swords. It would tell me that, you know, you maybe are learning to realize the painful truth around even self-sabotage and things like that. Okay, but you seem to be in a better place financially by the end of the month in terms of looking at it that way. And in terms of looking at finances, it mainly does come up towards the end of the reading with the Father of Pentacles and the 7 and 9 of Pentacles. This could just be read that in terms of like maybe your practical matters or your finances or job, it seems like the 7 of Pentacles is that in between phase where things are going really well, you don't really have reason to doubt, but there could be a little just impatience around where you're at. You've got a lot of proof, tangible proof that you're doing a good job, or that you're being rewarded for your service like pretty handsomely, and you seem to be in a good place overall like that. Okay, it doesn't even seem like though your job is even tying you down, or your commitments or duties are tying you down. Like the Lovers tells me that overall the next few weeks are just pretty liberating and connected and around people that you love. Have a great rest of your month, Gemini. I'm going to link in the description box below a link to the love and relationship reading I do. That's going to be on Patreon. So if you're interested in checking that out, that's where you'll find that.